Hello everyone, it's Sloth here with a pretty broken deck that we have tried after Streets of New Capenna. And yeah, it's Rakdos deck. We will see the deck list in a moment. And yeah, it's 100% win rate in this version. And you can ask what happened between the versions that we went so poorly before and so great right now. Actually, I've tried Strangle, and it's not for this deck. Voltage Surge is just so much better. Not only it's an instant, but also this one damage. Like the games I've lost here were against angels that had 4 toughness and I could never hit them with this card. So yeah, this makes a difference. And in this version the deck is like crazy beast. And you will see now exactly why. We have very good new card. We will go into the explanation in a second. That's what you can expect. So we went just 3-0 and it wasn't very close, to be honest. So yeah, pretty much one of the best decks right now. Let's go into the deck and now you know what to expect. Hi again, Sloth with the deck list right now. So you might think, what exactly changed that this deck is so strong right now? And unfortunately, if you were laddering at all, you know this card. Ob Nixilis, the Adversary, 3 mana planeswalker, 3 loyalty at the start. It has casualty X, so you can copy it as long as you sacrifice any creature. And the X is the creature's power. So the higher the power, the more loyalty it has. But even at 1 power, it still has 1 loyalty and you can use it normally with +1 as every other planeswalker. And +1 is each opponent loses 2 life unless they discard a card. If you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. And you always gain life, not only if the enemy chooses to not discard a card. So that's important. And -2 creates a 1/1 red devil, which we know that when dies deals damage. And -7 is ultimate that can kill enemy or just draw you a huge card advantage. Not really often when you use it. So this card is so oppressive right now. If you have a good draw and you play a 1 or 2 drop and then you have a clear board or something like this and you play double Ob Nixilis, and for the rest of the game you just trade 1 for 1 and you get 2 triggers a turn on top of it, it's just so much pressure that nearly every deck crumbles. They need to answer it with 2 separate cards usually. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. And it really goes well with this kind of deck, because this is like Anvil sacrifice archetype. And you can remember that if you have Anvil and this 1/1 token that's artifact, you don't need to sacrifice it with Anvil. You might actually play Ob Nixilis. After you attacked with token for 1, then you sacrifice it and you get the token back because the Anvil gets it back because artifact was sacrificed. So you pretty much get the second copy for free here, and you also get a blocker, so nearly a vigilance on this token. And for most of the attacking creatures without the trample, like you don't care if you block it with 1/1 or 10/10, it's nearly the same. Other than this, we have very similar deck, and Deadly Dispute is very good here because it can ramp you. It works both on Meathook Massacre because especially against some angel decks, you just need a lot of mana to try to outpace them with the --. And also we have some new cards. This is also a new card that you will see in one of the game how it shines, and it's surprisingly good. You might not realize it, but let's read the card and I will then say what exactly is so cool about it. 5 mana, 3 colorless to red, haste, 4/4. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. So basically you get double card draw every single turn. And here, very important part, you may play it this turn, not only cast. So it means if you hit a land, you just get a free card, because obviously you always can play a land from the top of your library. So that's really cool. And the second part, at the beginning of each opponent upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn. So first, they are forced to play this card. Also, if you ramp into this card and you play it quicker, if they draw anything that is too high cost, they just lose the card, so it's a discard effect. And one hidden part, you cannot channel abilities that are cards that are exiled because they aren't in your hand. you can only play them. So if you have, I don't know, like Shigeki, you cannot use the channel ability because it's out of the game, it's not in your hand. You can only play it as a creature, and then we can kill it, and that's it. So surprisingly good ability, and on top of 4/4 haste creature, that's pretty good. For the rest of the deck, I think you know the share. We only changed the one Harvester for the Tenacious Underdog because it creates some more mid-game pressure. If you don't really have a lot of cards, you can refill with this. You can sacrifice this token very easily to either Ob Nixilis or something like this. If you lose it, like, it's fine because you draw a card and you can reload for the next stronger turn. So one I think is enough. It lets you like use this value for the full game, and 2 HP doesn't hurt because usually enemies under pressure for HP, and you heal both with Ob Nixilis and the Sorin. So overall really good. And Meathook Massacre is the card that wins you the game when there's a stalemate. You just create so many tokens and you drain with the Anvil, drain with Ob Nixilis. At some point enemy is just so low that you can just cast a huge Meathook Massacre and just obliterate the board from both sides, and suddenly enemy gets 7 or something like damage to the face on top of the attack that you can do. Yeah, and you have so many tokens that usually you can sneak combat damage as well. Okay, so yeah, that is pretty much the deck. Agadeem's Awakening, very important part, so you usually play lands on black if you can. And Lolth, I've tried Lolth, and I'm not super happy, so it is possible we should switch this card for something else. Generally it sounds good because it's your like late game plan, and we are losing so many creatures that there are synergies, and it helps you draw cards, create spiders, reload creatures, so on. But in games I've played, I just didn't have a great occasion to like benefit from Lolth, so something to think about. Okay, so thank you for watching and enjoy the games. If you like this kind of content and control content as well, so don't forget to subscribe, you don't lose anything, and you get full cool decks that hopefully will win you a lot of games in Mythic. So enjoy and have fun. Nice, finally we are going first with really good draw. Oh man, we just need the Planeswalker and we are so freaking set. We might even go for the Praetor. Oh man, we can do it on turn 3. We can actually do it on turn 3. And nice chill music. I like those new boards. They have atmosphere to them. We could also play the Underdog, but it's not as epic as casting Heretic Praetor. Like, let's think about it. When will we have the occasion to do it ever again in our lives? Never. Enemy has 2 lands, we will play our haste 5-drop. Oh man, I'm freaking excited for this. I'm so excited. He's so happy about this 1 land that he will get. We won't get damage this turn, but why would you ever do it? That's the main point of this card, that you can block. Anyway, have I introduced you to my new Phyrexian friend? And let's see what he draws. That's what you call ramp. If you want the ramp, you play the red, not your green. Like this 2 mana ramp, 1 land. This is just pathetic. War Chief, very good card. And it seems that enemy will lose it because he doesn't have mana to do it. Man, this card is freaking insane. And we even get a free land. Can we kill the thing? Like, yeah, I guess. So this basically deals 4 damage. And you know what? I'm happy with this 4 damage. It's fine. Yep. We don't even lose life. But right now our Heretic can go. And that's 11, my friend. That's already 11. We don't have artifact. So for now I will play this, because it makes our next turn way better. Because we can start draining. And let's see what the enemy is forced to play. Oh, that's so mean. He got one turn like us. So, 5 mana. He can cast something. But he's only at 11. And we can get at the Agadeem's Awakening at some point. And if he has some creatures that trades, we just don't attack with the Praetor. And yeah. Like this, for example. Let's see what additional... Oh yes, I had a silent hope that this will be the case. Okay, so we can kill this. Problem is that we don't really get the kill on the Rhino, right? So I think we just go ham with this. Can we cast Blitz without like stuff? Actually, let's attack. Like, if he blocks, that's so good for us. I guess he will want to blitz, but it's his full turn. And it also means that he loses the card. Oh man, that's a good card. That's definitely a best card of his deck right now. Let's see. Well, he's at 14, I guess. And he has chosen a dinosaur. And now he will trade. Yeah, that's a very good combination, because you don't need to be able to attack to trade the stats. Praetor, you were the legendary one. We will never forget you. The turn 3 Praetor. And we can actually get it later back, I hope, with Agadeem's. Wow, enemy is just going with it. But he cannot really attack, which is pretty great. And we definitely want as many treasures as we can make. Do we attack with the underdog? Like, honestly, I think we do. We can even kill the Rhino if we want, and I think we want. And we can start blitzing from the next turn onwards. Let's keep drawing cards. Let's kill the evil Rhino. That's actually perfect. This deck just plays itself. And next turn, if we draw a lot, we can use Agadeem and start over with everything. Man, this deck is just so good. I will take 4 damage for free, because maybe he plays something better that we want to kill. Okay, we can kill the planeswalker with this. And I honestly think that's what we do. Also, we don't need to sacrifice anything, which is also pretty amazing. Or we might just try to kill him, I guess. He doesn't have good lands. He cannot -3. So if we kill this, we might go for Blitz, this guy, and possibly Praetor. You know what? Let's go all in. And we go for the blood token, because the treasure will be helpful. Wrecked. Epicure. That's actually also a good card. So we can go for what? 3, 4. Not enough yet. So, let's attack. Face, because that's who we are. Nice. And we still get to draw a card, because that's balance. Oh, Meathook Massacre. This is huge. Do we sacrifice a treasure for this? Yeah, I honestly think it's worth it at this time. Is it though? Good question. Because then we are far from casting Agadeems. What are the creatures? So we have 2 cost. 1 cost, 5 cost. So 3 creatures for free. That's a huge mana swing and tempo swing. And Meathook Massacre pretty much gives us only 1 damage. So actually I will go like this, because we want just the big plays, right? Is the text still here? It seems to be. So let's get this blood token to make a cool token. And we definitely start draining enemy quite hard right now. Oh, and we sacrifice the permanent. If you cast the spell for its blitz cost, it gains haste and draw a card. Oh, so we actually can do it from hand as well, I guess. Interesting, I nearly forgot about it. Okay, so some boring lands. The problem with this guy is it has no trample, so usually you can just spam block it with 1/1 tokens for the full game. Next turn Ren is a bit problem because it creates another one, but I think we can like champ enemy bite by bite, and at some point we'll get this, and this will end the game most likely. So what do? We have 7 mana, still short. I think we just attack like this. We keep drawing cards, and I will just use the Adversary. Always the face. Never hesitate. Never attack anything that's not enemy face. Okay, and we have really nice damage. So 3 damage for free. And now we can get a land. That's actually helpful. And now we can save the treasure, and our next turn is like freaking beast mode. And given we sacrifice an artifact, it means that we get the token back that can block. We could make a devil, which honestly I think it's good enough, because he has lair. So let's have 2 blockers. This way, if he cannot kill Ob, they will really get the value, and we also get to heal 2 HP. So remember, when you have a devil, or I think demon, you also gain 2 life. And it also occurs when enemy discards cards, so you always gain life, which is pretty huge. Okay, we don't need to sacrifice it right now. So, on the board, enemy can do anything to us. He can create a token and play land. So, let's see what he draws, because that's pretty much only thing he can do in this game. And next turn we just Agadeem and get the famous Urabrask, Heretic Praetor, with haste. It means that the rest of the creatures need to go in. Yeah, including the underdog, I guess. Can you? I think you cannot give it haste in this way. Okay, that's a strong card. But oh wow, that's like the best card he could have. Because he didn't draw it, he had it for the end step, so he can play something this turn. Probably the Rhino to gain life. But with Meathook Massacre double Ob Nixilis, I think we can even overdrain him. Like, even in this situation. It's just so much damage. Yep, you've got the dino. But yeah, the life gain is pretty important in this situation. And with Ren he can mitigate the Planewalker, because he can keep discarding lands over and over. But Meathook Massacre, this needs to be our big play. Sure. To be honest, it doesn't really make any difference, I think. He only tapped his best broker for no reason. He can make another one, but then he loses the run. Okay, one problem solved. Do we have a 1-drop? Okay, before we think about anything in this game,
Defy me.
Let's gain some life. Okay, cleared. This one has trample, so that's something we need to be careful of. And I guess we just go for the awakening, right? We need more power on the board. Meathook Massacre can go for what? 5, 6. Only 6. That's not enough. Yeah, let's go like this. 5. 1. 2. And Shambling Ghast, because that's a good card. This is why we saved the treasure, by the way. Okay, much better. And now we have the done. I think next turn we just make a huge attack and Meathook Massacre to kill him. Attackers. Nope. Not yet. Next turn. Also, if I read the wording, I think he cannot use the... how is it called? Shigeki. Because you cannot channel if something is exiled. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it, so you cannot channel it. This also prevents, like Shigeki from channeling, and probably a lot more cards from working as they intended. Like you cannot foretell stuff and so on, so on. So I'm pretty sure enemy is dead right now. He will try, but it won't be enough. And the fact that he's tapping everything is actually killing him so freaking much. So he will get what? Lair of the Hydra and those guys? I'm not sure if it's worth defending even. Let's go to blocks and think. I don't think it's worth it. I think we just attack. He blocks what? This and this, so we get for what? 3, 4, 5 damage, 6 damage, 7 damage, and then Meathook. Yeah, that's a good game. You can see how scared enemy is with all of this. Oh, and it will be a bit closer because he can use the Stomper. Forgot, I think, about the Vigilance. Yep. Let's do the thing. That's something we will do sooner or later, so we can get rid of the triggers, I believe, to make things a bit faster. And we of course got additional card, cause why not? Enemy sees it, so no reason not to play it right now. And how much we want for Meathook? We want... we want what? 4 probably. 4 would be the best. So we have 3 spare mana. 3 spare mana. So that's not enough to activate the lands. We could also go for the Underdog and go for 1 less. which I think will get the job done because the enemy will block the Praetor. So we get what? 3. 3 is enough. And that's an additional attacker. And also whatever he blocks, if it's an artifact, so the tokens, we can still sacrifice it after the attack. And by the way, we are at 20, so we are pretty fine with the situation overall. We'll see, but I think it should be definitely enough. Smork. If I cast Meathook Massacre before combat, then we would have to do it for 0, and then he would block in a way that he doesn't kill creatures. So I think that would be less damage. He's just at 8. And Crewing Chariot actually is bad for him, because it makes his... like he can block less creatures this way. So I hope he crews. It makes his trade better, but his damage on the face higher. Perfect, so now Praetor will die to Meathook Massacre as well. We will count, but I'm pretty sure that should be enough. And I'm not counting this. If I was off the camera, I would definitely count every single damage, but not like this. Not like this. No. You would just turn off the video by then. Okay, so what are the blocks? No artifact creatures and no devil. Very smart, very nice. 2 damage. Also it kills most of his board, and we have way more than we need. See, told you, counting is for nerds, and we as a control players are definitely not ones. So 3. It also kills so many creatures on his side, so we even survive the attack from both of those tokens. And enjoy! We also get the token. We cannot kill it, so let's get the treasure. Damage. Rhino. And yeah, we get the token and we can do additional damage from this token. So yeah, when you cannot win in normal way, we just flood the board with tokens, and then at some point you Meathook Massacre and it's just so much damage. Okay, so we have pretty good opening as always. Hopefully we can finally have situation when we play Ob Nixilis and enemy doesn't have like a lot of stuff on the board. It won't be this game though, so far from what we see. So, enemy is starting, he's on the play, so that's harder, but we will probably drain him all the same. Deadly Dispute is very good with the blood tokens. Like the fact that you pretty much get 2 mana, ramp up and draw 2 cards for free is so crazy. And with Anvil you even get the token, so probably we want Anvil first. Okay, okay. I see what you did there. This will be a bit hard. So this gives only double strike, right? So they do it next turn. We cannot really prevent it. So, like, we could play the Harvester, but then they equip something. And if we kill it, it's not really the same. Okay, this will be harder. I still think we go for the Anvil, because it gives us blockers and stuff. And we start the drain every turn, so the quicker you get it, the better. So I would guess he has something that gives trample, because then the double strike becomes scary. We will see, we will see. Definitely good for the enemy that he was on the play. The same like set would play so different. Like we could Meathook Massacre after he played it even. Okay. So double strike. Oh man, imagine if we had Meathook Massacre. Like maybe I should not play the Anvil and just ramp, but I like usually they just equip stuff and then you are so behind, you don't have anything going for you. And Anvil also heals us, so over the game is just so much value. Okay, sure. Enjoy your 2 damage. Okay. I'm pretty happy about this. So, definitely black mana for the Meathook. We cannot play both Deadly Dispute and get tokens from those stuff things. We could go for the Planewalker, I guess. How good is it? It probably will be better later. Oh man, I'm not sure what to do. I think we just built up the board. So we keep draining enemy and we have more and more stuff. Especially with the Harvester, it makes attacking a bit harder. I could save the blood token, but I hope that we get to Meathook Massacre, like with Deadly Dispute and so on, we should be able to get there. And Op will be amazing when we can, you know, drain him. Okay, ramp is amazing. Definitely. Let's go for it. Man, this was actually so good. It helps us crazy. I think it just won us the game. And we can block everything, right? Man, he just won us the game. If we sacrifice... Yeah, so unfortunately we cannot do it first. Yep. But we can do it like this. He just helped us win the game. That's pretty crazy. So now Meathook for 2. And we are a very happy person. All of this because of Boseiju. So that's why you need to really think if you want to use it. And let's play the land. No. Not really much to gain. I prefer Artifact. Like next turn we can go for the Anvil and double Planewalker. And the fact that the enemy had to tap out is pretty much a good game for him. Oh man. Oh, are we going for this? Like, yeah, that's a new card, right? We need to do it. And it's still for damage. And we see the enemy cards, which is actually quite sweet. And we can get free card every single turn. Like the fact that this has haste and already hits for 4 is pretty epic. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. And enemy needs to play his card every single turn as well. Nice. So this is the... Wow, that's so great! So it's also lands. So definitely you have no downside to playing those lands. That's so great. So, let's attack. Nice. So what are we doing now? I guess we go for the token, right? Seems pretty awesome. In case there was not enough pressure. Oh man, and this is how it looks like when you go off with everything. I don't really think we need a devil. We just want to kill him.
Plead for me.
What did he draw? Trample Haste, 3 mana, 1/3. Whenever another creature... Up. Shut up. Whenever another creature enters battlefield, doubled power. Well, didn't work really well. Okay, so we are going second, but we have quite decent opening. Next start is on curve, up to turn 4, so hopefully that's good. We can definitely start like this. And Tenacious Underdog is such a strong card, like even in this deck. It's not an artifact, but 4 mana draw a card is pretty good. Especially with Meathook Massacre. When it dies, it still deals damage and so on. Let's attack. Test the enemy. 1 damage acquired. And let's go for black mana. We will need way more black because of Agadeems. Do you want to kill this, my friend? 1 mana. What can it be? Like Spikefield? Oh, consider. Okay. We will see what exactly are we playing against. Like, maybe dragons. But probably not. Okay. Attack. I wish to smirk your face. And we did. It hurts. He gained this 1 life. I thought that it would be more damage. Is it Juari? It is not. I think he plays this 5 mana sweeper, like burn the house or whatever it's called. So we need to be careful about this part. But we have Sorin next turn. Okay. Oh, so it's a gold spam deck. Okay, that's fine, because we have Voltage Surge. So, we actually are happy with our hand, to be honest. Agadeems might be important just to get a 1-drop, to be honest. Lolth. Lolth seems excessive. Okay, it might be a mistake. Okay, it might be a mistake. Let's do like this. Just to start a bit cycling. Okay, can I has a treasure? This treasure is actually very important. Okay. Smart. Smart, smart, smart. Still 4 damage. So basically enemy will probably play Goldspan Dragon, and then we need to kill it, and we have perfect card to do it. I would love to play Count Dracula, but then we cannot answer, and... oh. Weird. Is that all? That was definitely not so scary. Sure. Okay. So that's a very good draw. Definitely a big attack. Okay, so we have what? We could go for Lolth, and this would kill the Goldspan Dragon when they play it. Oh, so I assume this will be a 1-turn kill. Can we survive it? Trample. Okay, so he wants to deal like 20. I think Lolth is actually stronger in this situation. Oh, but it's just to toughness, I guess. And this is what? Devils? So we can drain for 20 to be on 22. Actually, this is the best. because it blocks for 3 and lifelinks for 2, so it prevents 5 damage in total.
I bring my own.
And it's still a planewalker, right? So, I guess he will have to kill us in 1 turn, out of 25 HP pretty much. Let's see if he can. I'm not sure, I don't think so. Like, 25 seems a lot. And so far he cannot cast the Goldspan Dragon, which means he will explode in a second. So, 3, 2, 1, explosion. Explosion. Okay, he wants to explode with our help, I guess. Weird. Okay, thank you. That makes things easier. Like, so far this Goldspan deck never won when we played it, so not sure. Alright, as long as we have 2 mana, Anvil, and something to sacrifice, we are pretty happy. And we have Ob Nixilis, which is the big selling point always. And we might be able to play everything on curve if we are lucky. We can actually play up next turn, but we don't have a creature to sacrifice. That's scary. Normally that wouldn't be such a problem, but with +1 counter it will hurt. Okay, so what do? We might even try to kill this, because it is scary. And next turn we definitely want to use the Ob Nixilis. Okay, this exile, so not really good idea. I think we just play a big creature this turn. And wait for the enemy plays. We definitely want to draw a land and use Ob Nixilis and start working on the enemy. Man, like, this counter changed the game really much. Really much.
I'm with the Gatewatch, so you might as well give up. Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Enemy acquired a planewalker. We did not acquire a planewalker. Strangle is amazing though, but we don't have a correct mana. Do we want to attack? I guess we could kill this and attack with everything. We probably do want to kill Chandra. If we can, but we can't. So let's go the safe route, especially this provides us with the treasure if you want it next turn. So let's sacrifice. We could also try to go for land, but if we miss we are super behind. So enemy got some mana acceleration, which is not amazing for us, but we just got a bit mana screwed. So next turn we can sacrifice the Shambling Ghast, right? Oh no, only artifact, so... Okay, a bit harder. Maybe sacrificing this would be a good idea, but I think 3-2 is very good fodder to sacrifice here. Okay, so we could actually do it like this, and honestly it seems like a good idea. Yeah, we got the treasure as we wanted, and we still have a creature to sacrifice. Oh right, it's exile effect. Okay, I remembered it and then I forgot it. We could start making more tokens. Yeah, like, I guess. We will get value this way if we cannot do something else. And we can start multiplying them. At some point in the game, I think we have to draw a third land, right? Right? 11 cards, 2 lands. It's definitely quite below average, but we are still fighting. Like, we can still do quite a lot. The problem is that we didn't get any kind of dual mana, so we cannot double red. If I had 2 red mana, I would just go with those cards together. They would be amazing. But I just don't want to waste 1 mana if that's like 50% of our turn. Enemy might try to kill them, but we have 1 Anvil active. Oh, okay. We can do it like this. Enemy has really good draw here. But we can make new tokens next turn. Finally. Man, that was way too late. But still, we are in okay situation. So we play this, I think. And Infernal Grasps are a bit better. And we can make new tokens. So suddenly we have the board again. And this time board is a bit better because we can use Infernal Grasp to protect stuff. But we definitely need to kill Chandra or at least strangle her a bit. However wrong it sounds. Okay, 1 damage. Acquired.
Aw, you're looking a
1
little
gold spam. Acquired. Okay. I didn't do it on this phase because I wanted to make sure that he attacks with everything. Okay, he has only 2 mana. And I think that's how we do it. Yeah, this seems the best. If we were able to play this early game, the game would be so easy. Enemy would right now be dead nearly. But still. Lolth. Not at this rate, my friend. So I think we just attack her, right? So she cannot ultimate.
Hey, you better not ruin my dress, buddy.
And we can do it like this. I definitely want to have the adversary finally. So first we want the tokens. And now the planeswalker. Now we make a devil, because it's awesome. And now we can start healing. And this is freaking the place that we wanted to be on turn 3. Not on freaking turn, I don't know, 10 or something. Okay, so Chandra is a problem because it helps him. So basically he got the tempo from Chandra and we didn't get the tempo. So that's why we are in this tough spot. But I think this is like one of the few turns when enemy can still do something relevant. And he's drawing like a god. Second gold spam. Shatter Skull, Raichu, like everything on curve with haste. But we'll see, it might not be enough to kill us. We definitely want to keep the demon because it helps healing us. Okay, smart. But you can see how we are at 7 and enemy knows he needs to kill our planewalkers. That's pretty amazing. So, we cannot kill it, so we just block it. And let's sacrifice it. Because it might make a difference. It sucks that we lost one of them, because they were awesome. But, well, if you have 2 Goldspan Dragons in top 13 cards, I guess that's what you get, and nobody is salty about it.
I'd love to.
Wow, talking about the perfect draw. Like, seriously, everything is perfect. And we will see if that's still enough. We can kill Goldspan Dragon. Oh, now we get Lance. Great. Now, after we already played everything. So, we definitely kill the dragon, because it's a dragon and it's pretty horrible to not kill it. We strangle the Cemetery Gatekeeper. And like, do we go for the throat? We definitely need 1 damage to Chandra, so she cannot ultimate. And I think we go for the devil. Like, we can make HP in the worst case. Let's sacrifice the thing, get 2 blockers, drain enemy. Nice. So enemy cannot ultimate, he can deal 1 damage, and we keep attacking him every turn with more and more. So let's see how amazing top deck he can continue to have. Oh! Oh!
This is a fun idea.
Is there no top decks for you, my friend? And it's so close to ultimating, like we had good situation that we were able to attack them. Wow! Perfect! 3 and 3. Like, man, this is the god of magic himself. I'm speechless. I need to learn this skill. My master. Perfect! He even has double 3 mana to get 2 spells. Like, man, that's how we magic. That's how you magic. And we'll see, because it might still not be enough to kill us. Like, I was thinking, should we attack, but the probability that he gets a creature with haste that threatens us is so freaking low. Okay, so actually we... This is hard, because I would prefer to keep it. You know what? Sure. We are going the hard mode. Oh, now the value cards. Land would be better. Either land or... Oh man, like we are drawing the most awkward hand in the world. Okay, so... We want to definitely attack like this. We cannot kill him, right? No, we can only get 2. 3, so it would be 4. It's not an artifact, so we cannot even sacrifice it. Okay, so we are doing it like this. Because obviously enemy will draw another haste creature most likely. Because why wouldn't he? And we are doing this during our turn, so we get the tokens. If we win, even though of all of those top decks, I will be just speechless. And we seem to be on the way to do it. Let's see his top decks. So far, wow. This is how you play. This is how you play Magic. Freaking 5 mana haste. Told you he will draw it. But it doesn't have trample. So it seems, I think that even with those crazy top decks, enemy cannot win. Okay, so my turn. No reason to sacrifice, I think, because we can just attack. It's like the same, sure. I will definitely play whatever I draw. And yeah, I will. Because at this rate we'll never get there. Okay, that's actually amazingly good card. So I think we just won, right? What is the chance that we won with this kind of draw from the enemy? This is just purely insane. Purely insane. Okay. So, let's sacrifice. Get some free stuff. Free stuff, good. Let's go to the damage. And let's do more stuff. Can you imagine losing with this kind of draw? We couldn't play our main strategy for like 5 turns and we still won with this deck. This is like ridiculous.